Earlier today, I posted my analysis on the first F1 24 deep dive focused on handling, physics, wet weather, you name it, it's all there. Check it out, guys, link in the top right. This is focused on deep dive number 2, focused on career mode and other game modes. So guys, let's get into it. Like the video and subscribe for more F1 breaking news, and also very soon exclusive early access gameplay to this channel, and let's get into it. B1 of the 20, as you know, the big tagline for this year's game. This is the most significant update to driver career mode since F1 2016, because my team was a pretty big change in 2020. It completely revolutionized the F1 games. Now, the B1 of the 20 refers to you can compete as one of the 20 official drivers from the Formula 1 season and define their legacy. So essentially, you can actually do a career mode not just as yourself, but Fernando Alonso, Max Verstappen, Lando Norris, Charles Leclerc, Lewis Hamilton, whatever floats your boat. For the first time, you can take the title fight through the eyes of one of the 20 stars of the current Formula 1 season, or step into the shoes of an up-and-coming talent in Formula 2. If that's not your style, why not build upon the legacy of an iconic driver from Formula 1's history, such as Ayrton Senna or Michael Schumacher, and show the current generation of drivers why you're one of the greats? So, it's not just a career mode as yourself, or one of the official 20 drivers on the F1 grid. It can also be an F2 driver, let's say Ollie Behrman, or an icon, Michael Schumacher, Ayrton Senna, the new icons this year, James Hunt, Juan Pablo Montoya, other existing icons, Jenson Button, whatever is suited to you, you can now do it. Now, recognition is the key buzzword for this year's game. Previously in the past, we had driver acclaim, like the rating system. This is the new buzzword for the rating system, recognition. Career mode is powered by driver recognition system, which gives more weight to every decision you make on and off track. You'll be tasked with specific goals during a race weekend, contract targets, and season-long specific goals. So, first thing, overall recognition carries far more weight than acclaim ever did. Every decision you make, department, upgrade, whatever it may be, is going to have a bigger effect moving forward in your career mode. And to make things not so boring and monotonous, you're going to have goals, short-term, medium-term, and long-term goals to basically keep you interested throughout the entire career experience. All of these feed into the driver recognition system and allow you to build more meaningful and personalized standing within the paddock. So again, recognition almost like a reputation system. Achieving the best drive is critical to winning in Formula 1. Your performance on track and how you're achieving the goals, keyword there, how you're achieving the goals, you set yourself will all impact and your bargaining power in the marketplace. So besides having goals and recognition having an effect on every decision you make, there's also a certain way you should go about doing your business. As your recognition grows, working with your agent, so that's good to see hopefully a bit more of a physical presence of an agent like F1 2015-16 when we used to have Emma in the game. You'll engage in secret contract meetings with other teams to give yourself the opportunity to move to a more competitive team. These can have good repercussions or good effects, or bad effects and negative press on your recognition. So it depends. If you are loyal, you keep everything above board, you let everyone know what you're doing, or you kind of go under the table, on the up and under, not really telling anyone your plans. Entering into talks with another team brings an element of risk if your current team finds out, and the risk of your current team finding out increases the longer negotiation talks go on. Now, this is huge. The duration of contract negotiations is a lot longer. They begin at the start of the season, which unlike other games, you have 2 contract windows, mid-season, at the end, and you kind of do it there and then. These things actually start very early on, and they're just ongoing the whole time. So there's going to be lots of ups and downs, topsy-turvy, negotiations, secret meetings. It's all going to happen. So it's not just a one and done thing. You're going to be doing this over multiple races, race weekend. So things can look really good one race weekend, and then things look really bad if you make a wrong call. Some drivers are loyal. Maybe other drivers are not so loyal and want to try different things. Let's say, for example, Alonso pulled the trigger from Alpine to Aston in 22. something like that could be something you do if you want to play as Alonso in this career mode. Finally, if you'd like to start a career in Formula 2 and get to F1, you can pick an academy team, which is what you could do in previous F1 games. And also, you can seek opportunities with different teams, which don't have to be academy affiliated, but this could risk impacting your current F2 relationship. So staying loyal will help build a strong working relationship and provide rewards in the long term. The decision is yours. Now, what I understand from this, let's say for example, if you are not in an academy or you want to go for, let's say, a different drive, which is a different academy, other drivers on the F2 grid might be linked to those. So if you're basically taking their seat away from them, that might go down like a bag of potatoes. So decisions you make are going to have a big outcome. We now go to R&D, research and development. Now, one thing I saw in the trailer, the R&D tree is the same. There is not really a tree per se. It's like a menu screen, which is a shame. I do miss the menu tree we used to have. Anyway, not only does your reputation affect the future prospects in F1 24, but it also ties into the updated R&D system. As your reputation grows, you will see that the team is more motivated to design and build new parts. Now, motivation as a factor, as a component, as an element, is the big thing for the teams. As a result, you will find the upgrades are produced far quicker with a smaller chance of parts failing. You will also get the opportunity to build secret upgrades. So we don't just have secret meetings, secret contract meetings, we also have secret upgrades throughout the season, aiding you in building a budding championship winning team and staying ahead of the grid. So again, depending on what happens in these secret upgrades, maybe there might be consequences, especially if your teammate finds out. Each driver is given a pool of resource points to build the best car on the grid, opening up choices for you to make. So that sounds interesting. It seems like both drivers of the same team may not have the same R&D points, which is very interesting. So that might depend on certain factors, including your recognition. Do you work with your teammate and focus developments on one particular aspect of the car, or spread your resource points for slower but more balanced development? This is entirely up to you. So this is already hinting at possibly the same way you have department events in career mode for durability, marketing. It seems like you might have some sort of teammate event, or let's say teammate suggestion when it comes to upgrades in terms of where to take the car upgrades in the future, and you have to obviously agree or disagree, and that will have a knock-on effect moving forward, much like what we have right now, but to another level. Once you complete a full season, you will encounter new challenges through season modifiers. These season-long effects range from high inflation, meaning upgrades are more expensive, or you could run into chip shortages, which limit you to one upgrade per month. On top of this, some modifiers restrict to aero-only or chassis-only upgrades, making each upgrade vital and ensuring that no two seasons will feel the same. So, very awesome. I really like this. I was not aware of this. This is new to me, or I didn't quite pick it up, but this is a really big thing because, as it says at the end, no season will feel like the other because there's going to be things that happen, essentially not disaster events, but real life things that can come up, trouble, fluctuation. The market in real life can affect the F1 sport, as we know, and things get in the way. So there could be issues and throw curveballs along the entire career mode phase. So really cool to see. There just seems to be a lot more liveliness. It's a lot fresher. There's a lot more randomness that can happen, which I really like. So much like we spoke about in the first deep dive with the handling, where it seems like there's just a lot more variability in the car setups and the way the cars work, we seem to have the same thing here in terms of the depth of driver career mode. We now go driver accolades, which are brand new to F1 24 and add a new unique twist to career mode. These are long-term milestones for you to complete and tied to each driver based on their real-world achievements in the sport. So again, this applies if you do a career mode as an existing driver. If you do it yourself, I'm assuming there's no accolades available for you. So starting the season as a custom driver will give you a blank slate, and you will acquire accolades as you play through the career mode, such as one for simply completing your first practice session. So there you go. Essentially, blank check, new driver, and you build from the ground up. But if you want to take on career mode as one of the pros, your goals will be based on their real life achievements. As Lewis Hamilton, you'll be challenged to go for glory and win his 8th world title, whereas if you jump into the shoes of Verstappen, your goal will be to defend your title as reigning champion. So very, very nice to see. Actually, surprised, these are a bit more important than I thought in career mode. How important? We'll see. These goals aren't just tied to the current grid. Playing as icons will present you with unique challenges to build on their legendary careers. I'm assuming Michael Schumacher will have the same thing as Lewis, trying to win the 8th title. Whoever you choose to race with, as throughout your progression through your career, you'll earn accolades based on your performance, such as the number of race starts, points finishes, wins, podiums, and more. 2-player career or co-op is back once again, and it just says here, all of the new single-player features are present in 2-player career mode. So you could do a co-op as Prost and Senna, Alonso and Hamilton. Very interesting. And these changes offer an entirely different experience for 2-player career. So overall, very, very nice. I do have a 2-player career planned and scheduled. Announcements coming soon. Last but not least, we have Challenge Career, so a new game mode, and it says here, a new way to experience career for F1 24, featuring shorter, bite-sized scenarios that change throughout the year. In this Challenge Career, you're put into the shoes of an existing driver and team with events that are identical for all players. Completing them will earn you points and a spot on the global leaderboard. At the end of the multi-week season, the player with the most points will be crowned the champion of Challenge Career. Future Challenge Careers will be determined by player voting and real driver influences, which will affect the choice of driver and circuits which you'll have to master. So essentially, it's almost like the F1 esports qualifying events. You know, if you've ever done one of those before, that's a similar sort of vibe, but it applies to this, in this case, a career mode style. So something fresh, something different. Personally, I don't think I'll be playing it, but for those who are new to the game or want something a bit shorter or bite-sized, this is for them. And just a quick reminder, if you've owned F1 2021, 22 or 23, any of the 3 games, you can get a 15% loyalty discount on F1 24 Champions Edition pre-orders. I'm starting to get a little bit excited. Things are looking pretty decent for career mode this year. It seems like my team's going to be the same. No love to my team, which is a shame. So it might be a career mode heavy year, but there seems to be a lot going on. And to be fair, no one career is going to be like any other. There's going to be a lot of variability. I want to know your early thoughts, guys, in the comments down below. What should I do? A career as myself, as an icon, an existing driver, or an F2 driver? I put the suggestion in my community post the other day. Ollie Behrman, Road to Glory, as a possible suggestion. Let me know. Anyway, like the video, subscribe, guys. Cheers for watching. As always, check all the links, guys, to my channel partners down below and all the gear and equipment that I use. Also, the 2 videos on screen, guys, if you haven't seen them, regarding F1 24 content. And yeah, guys, I'll see you next time for the next deep dive. Until then, take care, and let's go back from me.